Hello friends, today we are going to start a new tutorial on machine learning. It is mainly for the beginners. So I begin machine learning uh, uh, with a broad umbrella. I begin the machine learning from artificial intelligence. It is a broad umbrella which includes many technologies inside. The main purpose of artificial intelligence is to make the machine to behave like a human. The human having different abilities, like human can able to take a decisions, human can able to understand the conversation, human can able to recognize the object. So all these can be imported to the machines. So the fundamental algorithm of artificial intelligence is a machine learning. Inside the machine learning, there is a subset deep learning. In the deep learning, we have a subset generative AI models. Then what is machine learning? Machine learning is algorithm. It's a program. Uh, it understand from the data. Okay, understand in the sense it takes the inference from the data and it will generate the rules by itself. The difference between normal program and machine learning. Normal program, the programmer can define the rules. That means the conditions, but in machine learning, it will generate the rules by itself from the data, inference taken from the data, try to generalize the data in order to make a better decisions. In 1998, Tom Mitchell defines that machine learning, it's a three terms, PTE. So we begin from E. E is a data, experience. As you all know that experienced person can take the decision better. Similarly, the machine learning program can take the better decision by by taking more relevant data. Okay, so once we have a experience, then we have to perform a task. So the machine learning program, it can perform two basic tasks, that is a classification and regression task. Okay, so day by day, when you give more and more data, the performance of the machine learning algorithm can be improved. So next subset is the deep learning. Machine learning. Inside the machine learning, there is a subset deep learning. Deep learning, it's again a program. It includes a set of layers as a deep neural network. Each layer consists of neurons. The neurons are connected. When you feed the data, it will pass through layer by layer. Finally, it will make the decisions. So mainly deep learning used to for making complex decision making tasks such as image recognition, speech recognition, language processing. Okay. So deep learning is the base for generative AI. Generally, the decision, complexity of solving the problem, when you compare to machine learning and deep learning will be better. Okay, but the complexity level will be more. We will see the comparison in after a few slides. Okay, generative AI. Next subset. Subset in the deep learning is the generative AI. As you know that generation is the keyword, right? So the generation, in the sense, this models, the generative AI models can able to generate text, can able to generate videos, can able to generate audio. Okay. So now, in recent days, we use ChatGPT is one of the generative AI models. Okay, the basic model inside the ChatGPT is the transformer-based models. The main purpose of transformer model is to generate the text and code. Similarly, for generating images, videos. Okay, so we can also use GAN models. So, how to decide when where to apply machine learning and where to apply deep learning? It depends on a few factors. Okay, so first one is the data size. If the data size is small, we can apply machine learning. If the data size is huge, that means large data sets, then we can use deep learning. And the complexity of the problem, when we choose, if it is simple, we can apply machine learning. If it is complex, then we use deep learning. And processing ability, we can use CPU, general system, for processing data in machine learning. But the complexity of the problem and data size is more, then we have to go for deep learning. In the deep learning, we have to use TPU or GPU. So the training time, when compared to deep learning, machine learning training time will be lesser because the complexity and the data size. And interpretations, we can able to understand the output of machine learning algorithm, but it is very difficult to understand the output generated from the deep learning, since it is like a block box. It includes a lot of layer connections, and the data from each layer, the complex structure is there. Clear? And when you start a machine learning project, from where you have to start? This is a fundamental question, right? So we will start from the first step is the data collection. So I will explain shortly what are the different ways you can able to collect the data. Okay. So the first step is the data collection. Then we have to pre-process the data. Then we have to apply some feature engineering technique. Then we have to choose proper machine learning models, and we have to train the model, test the model, check the performance. If the performance is expected or below expected, then we have to tune the model. Once we have make the model to be perfect, then we have to apply the model to the particular problem. Then we can deploy the model into the environment. So what are the softwares that I need to learn machine learning? First thing is, you have a Windows laptop. You must have a Anaconda software. So Anaconda software, we can have a in the Anaconda software, we have a Python and Jupyter notebooks, so that can be used to learn step by step. And also we can use Visual Studio Code. So we know that machine learning, it's to learn. I mean, to start machine learning project, we need a data. So the data, if the quality of the data is good, the output of the machine learning is also good. So we have to process the data. Initially, we will take the data in a tabular form. It's a structured form. Why we have to take a structured form? Because first we need to understand how to process data in a structured form. Then we will move to how process the data. Unstructured data we can able to process. Okay. So when you prepare your data, it should be like a table. Uh, it is in a Excel form, okay, or it is a table form. So we can able to process our structured data. The data, we have different columns, right? Normally, when you collect data, it has different columns. Simple example is the student data. So we have a student ID, name, marks 1, marks 2, like that. Okay. So here I have given one simple example. We have a data, the data having 4 columns. All the 4 columns we can consider as a features. All the records we can consider as a instances. Okay. So you can able to see the examples given here. So the columns as I already said, it is a feature, all the columns. Okay. So here I divide the column into two. One is the independent feature, another one is the dependent feature. So what is independent features here? Here I have given XYZ. This is the independent features. And the column class is a dependent feature. So the independent feature, the values in every column, it will not depend on any other column. Okay, that's why it is called independent feature. And the column we called as a dependent feature, which is depends on the values of the independent features. Okay, for example, here I have taken class, the output of, the values in the class, it depends on the XYZ. That's why it is called dependent feature. Okay. So in the records, every records, I already said it is a instances. Okay. So we have a bunches of records we consider as a data set. Okay. So this data set we can divide into training data and testing data, because we need to give this data to we have to give as an input to the machine learning model to learn and for predictions. Okay. So that's why we divide the data into 2 parts. One is for training data, another one is for testing data. Normally, we take 70-30 or 60-40 or 80-20 ratio. That means if you have 100 records, So you can divide the data 70 records for training and 30 records for testing. So if you have 100 records, I mean 100 rows of data, 80 records for training and 20 records can be the testing. It depends on our division. Okay. Next is where you can collect the data. We have different sources. The first one is we can able to collect the data manually through survey. Um, we have a we can able to collect data from the audience. And the next one is the web scrapping. That means we can collect data from different websites. Actually, it is illegal, but we should not use data, uh, whatever data that we collected from the website, for a wrong purpose. Okay, so we can able to collect the data from websites, that is web scrapping, and we can have an API like Twitter API, Facebook API, YouTube. So we can able to use that method. We can able to collect the comments, post. So that is called API methods. Next one is the IoT devices. As you know, IoT devices frequently generate a lot of data based on the sensors they have. So we have to collect data from the IoT devices, and public data sets also available. So I will show you what are the public data sets normally we used. Okay, so that is commonly available. So you can use those data set for testing your models. And we have a simulation environment. From the simulation environment, we can collect the data. Mobile apps, we can collect the data. Logs, server logs, we can collect the data. And sometimes we have to buy the data from the third party. Then audio and video that we collected, that also be the data. So these are the different sources we can able to collect the data. The public data set, what are the public common repositories available? Most common data set, I mean, repository is the Google and UCI. Most of the researchers, they use, I mean, collect the data from Google and UCI, and they can also post their own data set in Google and UCI. And recently, GitHub also popular. So many are using GitHub, and they posted their project in GitHub. And other sources also there, KD Nuggets, Google dataset, and AWS dataset, and many more public data sets are available. Even we can also use Hugging Face. Here we can get a data set and already trained models we can also use from the Hugging Face. Even Google also, we can take the data set as well as simple project codes, so that can be the starting point for the beginners. Okay, so you can use any of these resources. Okay, so the next part I'm going to discuss about data cleaning and pre-processing. So once you collect the data, the next immediate task is the pre-processing. So in the next video I'm going to discuss about data cleaning and pre-processing. Please watch our video continuously. Your comments and suggestions give us input to improve our videos. And next video, I will teach theory plus practical. Thanks for watching. Thank you again.